Yo, you dealing with the X Factor.
I got everything I ever wanted, and I'll never give that back. Oh, I know you hate that factor, but you ain't gotta look at me like that. I said you ain't gotta look at me like that.
What you looking at? What you looking at? What you looking at? What you looking at?
You ain't gotta look at me like that. I said you ain't gotta look at me like that.
What you looking at? What you looking at? What you looking at?
All right. Oh, and now it's recording, so let's.
Welcome, everybody, to This Is That's Incredible podcast with Just Incredible. I am Jay Fox, along with Steve the Sheik here, and we have a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on in the world of sports, along with wrestling, the world, and weather outside in general. Guys, you made it through the blizzard. We all made it through it. We're all sitting here surviving. How many days did it take to everybody to get plowed out of their house? Mine.
Me one day. Monday I was able to.
Yeah, we
Monday
didn't take long at all, dude. It was well, we have like 3 kids and my wife. I didn't do anything because I was in the hospital for a couple of days, so I was on the mend. So yeah, it wasn't too bad though. I mean, all things considered, we lost power, but then got my fucking roof had a leak, so we had to deal with that.
You showed me that picture last night.
Yeah, it's wild, but we're through, man. We're cool. We're here, so let's let's
Exactly.
get to it. Our first episode, man. I'm excited to be here with you guys. Let's do this, man. So what's going on? What are we doing this week? What are we talking about?
Guys, there's so much going on. I mean, I figure, this is the way I see it. We're going to call it in the ring, guys. That's how they tell you in the back. Let's call it in the ring. Let's go with it. Let's start off with the big elephant in the room here. Royal Rumble weekend is this weekend. It is in the first time in Saudi Arabia. You got surprise entrance. You got slots left and right open. You got things going up in the air. Now, Justin, I'm going to tell you now, if you are heading to Saudi Arabia, you better tell me now. I'm riding shotgun. You better have me a ticket.
I doubt it.
Well, I mean, if he's going, you might want to take me with you because I can translate. So
There you go.
Yes, you
speak
can.
fluent Arabic. So
I'm looking forward to it, but let me, dude, they haven't done a great job of promoting it this year up until like this week, really, with Pat McAfee, and I don't know. I think they're getting, it is what it is, but being the biggest pay-per-view besides WrestleMania, it's kind of been whatever. But I'm always excited. The Rumble's always been one of my favorite, pay-per-views.
It's absolutely one of my favorites as well. I mean, it's not just the fact. It's not just the fact that it's the kickoff to the road to WrestleMania. It's where you see everybody. It's anything can happen. It's where you can basically hit the big reset button right there, so to speak. You can make a dark horse the man. You can make the man the dark horse. You can go for that route. So the way I thought about this, I said, I think we as a team here should have a Royal Rumble pick'em. I mean, we all have our kind of finger on the pulse. I'm sure everybody's got their idea of who they think
I have
may
no idea.
pull it out.
I have no fucking idea, dude. What are you kidding me?
Well, hey, I mean, you never know. You never know. I know I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay it out. I got Finn Balor, and I know the story is going every other direction, but I've got Finn Balor to pull this thing out. That's who I've got.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's him, man. I honestly think. I don't know.
I think
it could be Roman Reigns. I mean,
Jericho will probably be the dark horse in all of this. I expect him to show up, and I expect him to, if he's going to make an impact at this age, at this stage in the game, it's now or never for Chris. And what a better way to do it, because it would be, legendary. And I just think it would make sense because everybody, we've seen all the matchups, we've seen all the shit. It's kind of boring. Nothing really stands out. And I think Jericho coming back, if I'm from what I hear and what I see, if he's not coming in now, he's not coming in.
This would be perfect timing. I mean, there's no other way.
Yeah. So I that's the only thing I see being exciting. Other than that, I really don't. But you got Brock in there. You never know what they're going to do. And I really don't even care who wins. I just want it to be. I'm more into the surprises. I like that part of it, but we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I don't
Yeah,
like to overreact.
was talking to Steve earlier this week. Do you hear a Goldberg sighting?
No.
Do you
Hell
think
no.
we'll have a Goldberg sighting? It's Saudi.
Nobody wants that. We're good.
Nobody
Especially me,
wants
I
it,
do.
but I mean,
Yeah.
you know, the Saudis, you know,
They don't want him either.
well, we're not speaking for your.
Like I said, I know a lot. I have a lot of Saudi friends because me being Middle Eastern and all. I know a lot of Saudi wrestling fans are like, we're good. Last time we saw him there, he dropped Taker on his head. We're okay. We've had our Goldberg fix. You know.
Okay, so judging from the pulse of things and the way, let's start it off with, since we're on surprises, who do you guys in your mind think would be a viable, not just who you'd want, but a viable surprise that you could say, yep, seen that one coming? Who do you, let's start with Justin. Who do you think? Pick two.
Other than Jericho,
Other than Jericho.
I don't think who else is there.
I mean, does anybody can show up at the Rumble? I mean, we've seen Nash enter, we've seen Hurricane enter, and we've seen all kinds.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's going to be like that. To be honest, I
You don't
could
think there's going to be too many?
No, I think they got. I think it stays in house for the most part. At least I do. I mean, I don't watch it as much as I probably should, but I don't see it. I don't see it.
Right.
I mean, who's out there? Who's out there?
Now, how do you guys feel about it being in Saudi Arabia instead of being on American soil, not or even North American soil for all
I
that
don't
matter?
think it matters. I really don't. I don't think it matters at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
Do you think there's going to be any limitations caused by that? Do you think that's going to hinder anything?
I don't think so. I think it's actually probably good because a lot of American fans are, they're so used to the product. I think the fans there are excited. I think they realize they're going to see something special. So I think it's a good situation, and it's a great business. Great business for them. So it's a win-win, I think, for everybody. And I think it's going to
a landmark event for them.
It is. So what? I think
I mean,
it's going to make for great. As long as it makes for great TV, that's really all that matters. And that's all. That's the way they always think. I think the other stuff is secondary to them. I don't even think it's on their radar, to be honest. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good Rumble. But it's. I think, if anything, I don't think anybody really has an idea of what's going to happen because, like I said, it's just so. Things need to shake up a little bit. I don't know what that looks like. Because, like I said, who's out there right now? Even if there were to be a surprise.
I mean, we've got a lot of congestion at the top.
Huh?
A lot of congestion at the top. When you had the Attitude Era, you had, the same like six guys that kind of at the top. Right now, you have so much congestion at the top of the card with guys like Gunther or with CM Punk, with the Jey Uso you're still trying to put there. You still got Roman Reigns as a dark horse. You've got Cody Rhodes still hanging out up there. You're still got the Damian Priest still fresh off his World Heavyweight title win. Sami Zayn's in contention for the world title. You got a lot of congestion up there at the top.
I hate to be that guy, but none of that shit excites me. Maybe it's me, but I think I don't know. I think this is a problem that they've had for a long time. I think this is a problem they're going to continue to have is that they don't have enough. They have so many guys, but nobody's a star the way, that's why they always bring in the older guys from the Attitude Era or whatever. And that pool is running dry, but there's not none of those guys that you just mentioned excite me at least. And that's a WWE problem. It's been for a long time. So we'll see. It wouldn't surprise me because I've been hearing rumors and I know him personally and I know his ways. I think Steve Austin is going to get plugged in for WrestleMania this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if something happens. Mark my word, this weekend. I'm not saying it is. I don't know any inside stuff, but I know he's been training for a possible something, and nobody's talking about it. Just to keep in mind, that would be dope. And now's the time too, because time is running out on everything.
I mean, to hear that glass shatter,
Dude, that would be fucking amazing.
It would be like a big swerve.
And
you
and
know,
you want to talk
I
about
pop.
Saudi money, right? And loving the guys from the past, that would make perfect
Mhm.
sense. We don't have Undertaker anymore. We don't have those guys anymore that could just come in for those special shots. So I think Steve's been itching, and I think nobody's talking about it. So let's see. Well, it's going to be fun. That's the great part about the Rumble is we're sitting here talking about it, right? We're sitting here having fun, just spitballing and seeing,
Right.
is it even possible?
Yeah.
So it's cool. I'm looking forward to it, man. But
I can't wait.
but I really don't have any idea, like, which direction they go. I'm sure, um, whatever they have in mind is going to be good. I hope. But, I think the guys that they've had up top, even guys like Punk, man, dude, if you think about it, everybody's in their 40s. Punk's not that, I'm not that much away from, Punk, I think, is what, 48?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Let me look it up real quick.
he's none of these guys are spring chicken. And again, that's been a constant problem for the WWE, But we'll
But
see.
look at the age demographic from back in '96. Hulk Hogan, when he turned to the NWO in '96 at Bash at the Beach, is the same exact age as AJ Styles is now.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is just ungodly.
Yeah, that does. Yeah, it's insane. And CM Punk is 47 years old, by the way.
There you go.
Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan was 45 when he turned.
He was 45 at 96. Are you sure?
Yeah.
AJ's got to be 48.
AJ, I think is he older than Punk?
I think so. I thought he was 40. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's ballpark, same thing. I thought he was 48.
Yeah, you're right. You had it on the money, Justin. He's 48.
48, yeah. I
48,
mean,
yeah,
AJ
right on the
Styles
money.
is 48 years old.
dude. I'm 52. I've been in the business in the ring 30 years, and I know how I
Wow.
feel. And AJ, you could argue, had although he takes care of himself, he does a very risky style. It's not like you can go out there punch and kick. He's been blessed
Oh yeah.
not to be hurt, but that shit wears on you, man. That's why I was always taught, be careful how you get over and what you get over because like even a guy like Steve Austin, man, he was a punch kick guy. He didn't have to do all the shit AJ Styles could do. Could you imagine having to keep up the pace AJ Styles has kept up? That's insane. You know what I mean? So,
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
it's just so hard to fathom. Like I was saying, like Hulk Hogan was younger
yeah.
than
Yeah.
AJ is now when he formed the NWO.
And
Look at Hulk.
and he looked like he was 50. Which is he looked like he was.
It's not the
He
age.
didn't look young when he was 45. He didn't look.
No, Hogan was like Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson looked like he was 50 when he was 25.
That's true.
He had that Morgan Freeman
Yeah.
thing going on because
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman looked 60 his whole life. So.
Denzel Washington, the same way. That guy looked
No,
like
he doesn't age. That guy doesn't age. He looks the same. Will Smith, all of them, they just, Eddie Murphy, all of them still look like they're
right.
in their 30s or 40s. I mean,
But AJ Styles is a freak of nature, like Kazarian. Kazarian's a guy a lot of people sleep on because that guy right there, he won his first world title here in his twilight of his career. But the guy is putting on some of the best work right now, character-wise, as well as in-ring wise. It's like he's finally found that complete package now.
Yeah. Well, you find it later in your career a lot of times. Like I didn't find a lot of myself, and it's a shame, until later. Like I became better at promos way after the Just Incredible character in ECW. Because when I went to ECW, I had only done a handful of promos as Aldo Montoya, and
Right.
Even in ECW, I look back and I cringe at them because I'm so much better today. But that's just the nature. You know what I mean? You live and learn. You get better with age. This is one of those weird businesses where the more longer you go on, the more you learn, the more comfortable. And it also depends with opportunity too. What kind of time are you getting to practice your craft? But Yeah, it's not surprising. That's why guys
Something.
traditionally in pro wrestling go a little older and get over a little older is because they one of those things where in like NBA, NFL, you got young guys that like they're at their peak in their 20s, and in wrestling it's the exact opposite because you it takes years to kind of hone your craft.
But it's safe to say that AJ Styles and Frankie Kazarian are like the Tom Brady of professional wrestling. I mean, Tom Brady's in his 40s,
Yeah,
and the guy was slinging rockets, just as good as he was in his 20s. I mean, if anything, like I
oh,
say,
for sure,
AJ
yeah.
and Kazarian, fine wine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because
Well, with,
I'm not familiar with Darian at all. Like I don't think I've ever watched much of his work. I couldn't tell you anything. Not to be disrespectful. I know he carries a good name, and great reputation. I just never really. I don't watch as much
Mhm.
wrestling as I should, but after being in it for a while, sometimes you just can't. Trust me, it sometimes.
Right, and I went through that for a little bit. I
Yeah,
did go through that for a
it can
little
be
bit, like, how
you know.
yeah,
me
with
and you talk, with 15 years, being on the road, how me and you had met and doing all these like random
Yeah,
shows left and right. We ran into each other dozens of times.
yeah, yeah. That's how
When I
you do
took
it.
that break away from having my daughter, I kind of disconnected a little bit from the product,
Yeah, for sure.
just because you don't find yourself burned out. You just find yourself like trying to pursue other parts of life,
Right. Yeah.
like that whole Monday night routine kind of somewhat fades back.
And to your enthusiasm sometimes weans. There's times
It does a little bit.
where I'm super excited, and then there's times and realizations where it's like I'm just grinding my gears doing this shit. It's like I'm done.
Mhm.
Like, I've quit. I've retired so many times because you just get. There's times where you just get so fucking frustrated. You're just like, dude, I'm done with this shit. But then
Right.
the bug always seems to come back.
It's like when we were talking, what was it, April or May of last year, we had this conversation. We were like, we were at a disconnect from it, and we had both separated ourselves from this business, and
Yeah.
then just all of a sudden the germ of this came on us, and then all of a sudden it was like a double light bulb just clicked on our heads, and next thing you know, it was here we are, doing exactly what we said we were gonna do,
I
and we're
know.
like, here we are, we're back again.
Yeah.
Took us a year, but we did it.
Not to move off of the subject of the Royal Rumble, but for a little bit at least.
Right,
We'll go back to it. We are a wrestling podcast, but
of course.
dude, what do you think of the shit that's going on at Minneapolis? You watched any of that stuff?
the ice stuff, the stuff with the ice,
Yeah.
that's horrible, man. I mean,
Hey,
I'm scared because of the way I look, like I can
Are
easily
you
get.
really?
I mean,
well,
I've already
it
been
is
harassed
Martha's
one time in
garage.
Louisville. They
Right.
already, I got pulled. I didn't get pulled over. I was walking outside where I work, and they drove by and they came up to me like, "Can we see your ID?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Are you kidding me?" I was born in Florida. Like, well, we need. I was like, "Just type my name in your computer. You'll see that I'm a born here American citizen." They're like, "Well, can we just see your eyes?" I said, "You know what? I like my life. I just showed them my ID. I'm not gonna sit there and."
Yeah, dude.
I,
Listen, again, I'm not going for real political shit, but I just think it's wild. We have, and I look, I'm a Trump supporter. I voted for Donald Trump every time he was on the ballot.
I did too. I'm not gonna lie.
That being said, um, I think the stuff in Minnesota is a little nuts. I, but and here's the conspiracy theorist in me. I hear too, and this is how crazy. And again, I just wanted to talk about this because it just got to me this week. Um, I hear that there's like a lot of these people you see protesting are being sent by, like big fucking, corporate. They're being paid to be there and be agitators. Like it's all a work. Like it basically goes back to this is being orchestrated on a big scale for political gain on both
Almost
sides.
like Antifa in a way.
Yeah, dude, it's just wild. We've gotten so desensitized as human beings, and either way, like I think what's going on is nuts. But again, like I look at it from both ends. I was never a fan of police, but like you said, dude, somebody pulls me over, even though like I've gotten arrested so many times. not having like a driver's license or stupid shit. And like you said, what are you gonna do? You show them your ID, you do what you got to do.
Here's the thing, man.
Like the fucking man, dude.
Yeah, don't resist. Don't try to fight the police. I've never done that.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but I just never understood why people. Again, and I don't think it's justified what happened. I don't think anybody can justify what happened. That being said, like, who shows up? You will look at both sides. Who shows up to a protest with a gun at the same extent, too, right? Like,
right.
Yeah,
I ain't showing up to a protest at all. Fuck that.
Exactly. I got a job.
I work. I like money, so.
You actually work? Wow, what a concept.
I know, right?
But,
I do more than just sitting around my mouth for a living.
Well,
anyway, I just wanted to hear what you guys had to say because I think it's wild.
I'm with you on that, and because
they're never going to pull you. You would never ever get asked for your ID.
No.
Ever.
No.
Right.
Maybe Justin and me would. I mean, he does have that Portuguese background, so
Oh,
but it's not even really a racial thing. It's a typical. It's a power thing. I think it's almost like Tom McDonald said, the blacks, the whites, whatever. We're all getting screwed the same.
Oh, of course. I mean,
it's across the board. It's population control. The news and the media is feeding fear. The news and the media is feeding control. They're trying to instill this sense of, oh God, we must, hold tight, be scared almost. It's almost like inducing panic without inducing panic.
Right.
And who controls all that?
Yeah.
Who?
The media.
The Zionists.
Control media.
The Zionists. Since World War I, the Zionists.
Right.
You want a history lesson? You know why Germany was winning World War I? They were winning, right?
Right.
Why do you think they stopped and they gave up?
They ran out of meth.
No, it's not that. It's the Zionists. They were controlling Germany. They took over basically their financial economy. And when Part 2 happened, the guy in charge saw what they did, to the German economy and all that, and that's why 2 happened. But since World War I, they've always been the puppeteers behind everything, the Zionists.
Yeah.
Right. And it all came from that same general area. Did it not? Like, all that conflict came from that same general populated area.
Well, I mean, I actually lived in Palestine for 4 years, 5 years.
You weren't there in World War I.
I wasn't there. My grandfather was alive back then. He told me some stories. So he also told me some stories about World War II when he was when they came in and they were seeking refuge. Basically, what happened is a lot of the Zionist European Jews didn't know where to go, and they were kind of scattered on the globe. And for some reason, they believe in their Torah, their book, that they're chosen to be there. I know I'm a Muslim and all that, and it does mention in the Quran that the Israelites, they're the chosen people of that land. But the way it happened and the way they did it, it's not what people think it is. It was underhanded. It wasn't like it's. For example, let's say I lose my house, right?
Right.
And I come live with you.
Right.
And we're gonna say, you know what? This is my house now. Get out.
Yeah.
Right.
What would you do?
Like, shut the fuck up.
Would you let me just take your house?
Yeah,
So why are
right.
Palestinians supposed to say, you know what? Take our houses, take our land, take our everything?
Well, haven't we been dealing with that since the Native American times or the African times, slavery times? All of that. It's just been even the conquistadors and all that shit back in the
Exactly. I mean, and I love when people talk about immigration and all that and stuff, and they justify a lot of stuff ICE is doing. And I was asking them, I was like, the original Europeans who colonized America, they were immigrants too. So I mean, everybody here it comes from an immigrant background. I mean, not the
right.
the people who own the land are the Native American Indians. They're the indigenous to this land. Not me, not you, not anybody. We're all immigrants here at the end of the day.
Justin, I'm going to blow your mind with this one because I learned this earlier. Well, I knew this long ago, but I forgot to bring this up to you because I didn't want to steal any thunder. I was talking to Mom, and was talking about the Aldo Montoya thing, the Polish descent, and Mom goes, Well, you know, your great grandparent Kammer, my great grandfather Kammerer, their Kammerers were from Poland. They were Polish immigrants in Chicago into the 30s. So I have on my mom's side 100% Polish descent on my mom's side.
So were they Jewish?
No, they were Polacks.
Well, I mean, some of them were Jewish at the time, though.
I
I
have
think.
any Polish in me.
I have
Because of my
Polish and Irish. They came into Chicago and they married
Yeah,
Rogers.
it's funny you say that. My father-in-law is a Chicago Polak. He was from a Polish family on the south side of Chicago.
Southside Cicero, Alsop is where
Yeah,
we're from.
Yep.
So you know where that area is. That's ironic. That is so wild. But yeah, I'm actually coming from a full-blown bloodline descent from Polish immigrants and Irish immigrants as well around the same time period on my dad's side. So it kind of melting pots into the Chicago area. And there are photographs, and I could show these later on. I don't think we'll be able to get them up on this episode, but there are photos of my grandfather when he was born with polio. So this is like 1941, 42, like Al Capone's last days, around that area. There are pictures, family albums of Al Capone and his men pushing my grandfather as a child in a wheelchair outside of the hospital, and they took a big group photo on the steps of this hospital. And there's Al and Remo, his brother, and I have 2 Remo paintings that Remo did in prison, hanging on the wall of the living room right now. There, he did one and done of each one, and I got one called the little boy, and one called the little girl, and they're in the same original wooden frames, autographed R. Capone at the bottom, and they can be authenticated. They are true Remo Capones, handed down from my Polish immigrant grandparents.
You gonna sell them one day?
Yeah.
Yeah, 700, and you can have one.
Nice.
Okay, that's cool, man.
But yeah,
What do you
that's a little
think
history
of,
lesson there.
I'm just full blood Palestinian, so you know.
It's all good. We all come, like he said, we're all immigrants from somewhere.
We're all
You know,
buds, dude. We're all a bunch
We're all
of buds.
buds.
We're all
I mean, we all are.
soup together.
That's why I've never been like, I know some people are all like, oh, date within your own race and all this. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, I get that to a point. But I'm not going to sit and condemn somebody and throw rocks at them because they're dating a black chick or a Mexican chick.
I don't.
No, I
Especially
never
the most
believed in
beautiful
that.
woman I've ever seen in my life.
The only thing, and again, I'm with you on that 100%. The only thing I think culturally, like, only because like customs and stuff, it might be easier,
Right.
especially with the old folks.
Mhm.
But yeah, dude, it's you love who you love, and you can't change that shit.
Right. And
You can't
some of
even
the
try.
beautiful women out there are Latina or African American or
Oh, 100%.
Egyptian. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to discriminate. That's just me.
Of course,
The Egyptian. Remember Slayer?
I hate everybody, just like I do. Look, I'm 2 minutes away from hitting my fucking NBA parlay. Let's go.
Hey,
Oh,
how
I've
close-
never got into that.
Oh,
The
you don't
whole
want
betting, I don't know how to do it. I'm just ignorant to it. I have no idea how to do
Send
it.
me your draft. We're gonna have to get DraftKings. DraftKings, if you're listening to this, hit us up. We will
Yes.
be glad to have you as a sponsor. We will
And
be
Yeah,
Blue
glad.
Chew as well.
because FanDuel took about $1,000 from me last week, so fuck FanDuel.
Oh, fuck FanDuel. Speaking of
What?
sponsors,
$1,000?
a sponsor here, guys. Sin Bodie's Freak Show Action Figures and LJN Creations. Shout out Sin Bodie, sponsor, friend of the show. That man
Awesome.
right there. If you are an LJN figure collector, if you're a pro wrestling figure collector at all, big rubber guys, or you're
Yeah,
celebrating the nostalgia of the 80s, Sin Bodie is your hookup. If you are missing some spots in that collection, he has got you the hookup. And here in a couple of weeks on the show, we're going to have a little surprise from Sin Bodie.
Yeah,
And
pretty cool.
that's why he's a sponsor of the show. So if you are looking to fill in your LJN figure collection, hit up Sin Bodie, SINNBODHI on Facebook. It's Sin Bodie's Freak Show Figure Creations. Friends of the show, sponsor of the show. Shout out Spin Bodie. Now that we got that.
Hell yeah.
You work for WWE?
Yes, he was Kazarni.
That's right.
You-
Yeah.
Yes, he had the vignettes and he did
I
the
actually
squad
remember
match
that.
MVP in 08.
I remember that character I remember like yesterday. I know exactly who that is.
And a
Maybe
fun
like
fact, you know what he's doing with himself right now? Besides making action figures?
What's he doing?
He is the executive vice president of talent relations for Power Slap for Dana White out in Las Vegas.
No way.
I kid you not. I am great friends with Sin Bodie.
That is really
Wow.
cool. That's
I had
And
no
he is,
idea.
I'm talking to him. He's on the fence with it, but I'm trying to get him to throw us a couple of T-shirts here to wear on the show. You know, to help plug him out a little bit. Plug Power
Yeah.
Slap.
I wouldn't, man. I'll wear it.
But he is a friend of the show. He is our first sponsor of the show. And shout out Sin Bodhi. Shout out Power Slap. Check out Power Slap on UFC on YouTube. Anywhere you check out any of your streaming videos,
That
ESPN.
shit's wild, dude.
It does,
And make
man.
sure it gives me a crop top to wear. So
Dude,
Oh, absolutely.
that's like instant concussion right there.
I'm telling you, I watch eardrums just burst.
Bro, you
Yeah.
could pay me $1 million to do that. I've felt so
Dude, and like I said, you know, Steve
got a
never
face
met you
for it,
in real
though.
life, but you know,
Lord.
Steve, you
Very
never met
true.
Justin in real life, I don't believe, but me and Justin go pretty far back. I come up to like right here on Justin. He's a big dude. I
Yeah.
am not,
I'm
for
bigger
love
than
of money, going to let him rear back and plow me in the side of the head because my eardrum's going to go on the other side of the bridge.
yeah.
I'm not all about that.
Nah,
But he is the Jim Ross of that company right now. He is
That's
the JR of
absolutely
that company.
God bless him, dude. Good for him.
He
You
is.
you know
He
what's
is one of the
crazy
big things.
is I had a friend in high school who was like that. He would let people hit him with notebooks on his face and for like $5.
There's
I knew
always
somebody in high school like that.
This
There's
kid also
always
ate lunch in the trash can too, didn't he?
He was like, hit me with the textbook. That's $10. I'll cost you $10. I'm like,
Whatever. That's that Jackass shit. My friends used to do that shit all the time. They used to, like, before Jackass even came out,
Right.
they would take like the camcorder into the mall, and they would do stupid shit like fall off escalators.
hmm
I don't know. I never got into that, but it was fun.
I think the stupidest thing we did, it was our senior year in high school. Well, not. I'm gonna rewind that. Junior year, it was real cold, like it is right now.
Yeah.
And we had school because this was before everybody was pussies, and you know we went to school when it was cold.
Everybody
Of course.
was-
And you know we took cans of cat food, like you know select cat food.
right,
You know
right.
those old heaters that you had in the classrooms, those against the wall.
Yeah,
we
the
would
radiator
cat
used to
food.
go. Yeah.
And we would like dump this cat food down in these vents.
Ugh.
Now you wouldn't think nothing of it at first, but you give
Yeah.
that about a week, okay?
That's that's nasty, bro.
Oh, they had to close the school for a couple of days because they could not figure out where that smell was coming from.
Did
And
they
we,
get
I bet.
to this day, I never got caught. So, J.R.
Well, you
Rouse,
just kind of told yourself. So.
You just stood yourself up. There you
yeah,
go.
I totally, you know, kayfabe that, you know, J.R. Rouse statute of limitations got to be up on that. You know, I graduated a long time ago. You can't get me on this one. No D-Hall for me.
I don't know, man. You're trying to pull a Vinnie Mac there?
Yeah, a little bit. I
Statute of
think I
limitations?
might
I mean-
have.
Oh, you know, speaking of Vinnie Mac, this just I just remembered this. I don't know if you guys have heard this, that Shane McMahon might be coming to AEW to be general manager. Have you heard that?
I have heard rumor and innuendo on that. Quoting Conrad, here we go, God. But I've
so
heard the
you might-
rumor, but here's the thing. Does Shane really need the money? No.
No,
But
nobody-
why would Shane do it?
Why not?
Where's the
Well-
question? What is his motive?
I don't think he will because Tony Khan won't give him control.
Have you seen Tommaso
He
Ciampa
was-
did debut?
Shane, I know Shane really well. Shane was always a real cool dude. I think he likes performing. He doesn't want any extra responsibility. I know he's got a
okay.
couple of stuff on, like businesses and stuff, but dude, he's a McMahon.
Right.
Money's money, and
Right.
it does not hurt to get leverage and to get on TV, right? I mean,
You know
think
who I compare
I
Shane
think it would be
McMahon
good
to?
in a
I think it would
commission
be
role.
great. I think that would be a game changer for AEW.
It would. I mean, people would probably watch more.
In a
Not Tommaso Ciampa.
commissionership role,
Just the
not necessarily a
excitement
performer.
level, that's the thing is we saw. I didn't watch it. I just saw the TikTok's great for that stuff. Like I cheat, watch a lot of TikTok. With that's where I get my wrestling shit. But what's his name? Tommaso. How do you say his
Ciampa.
last name? Yeah, he debuted in AEW. Where did
Yeah.
that come out of? That kind of came out of nowhere, didn't it?
Well,
There
I
was
mean-
talk about it earlier this week. Me and Steve actually had a conversation about it a couple of nights ago, and
Today we did.
yeah, we talked about it earlier today. And his theme song's already out, and I actually listened to that. It's kind of a banger. It really is. It's kind
To
of a
be
banger.
honest, I think 0 Fs were given. He's not a needle mover. He was a former NXT champion, never won a title on the main roster.
But do we
I think he
see
won a tag team
him
title. That was
there?
it.
Well, that's
Do you
the
think
thing.
they'll do it
They
there?
always bring in guys like that who are good and very talented. Don't get me wrong. He's a very talented dude. But guys like that they're good for 1 or 2 nights. I mean, that's the thing with
That's
AEW
it.
lineup. They just again they'll bring in guys and then they'll debut them and maybe show them off for a week or two, and then that's it. They fall off into obscurity kind of a thing.
Like John Morrison is a prime example of that.
Oh, was he there?
John Morrison was in AEW
He's-
for a little bit. He was
he's
Johnny
still there.
Elite, and then
There you
Johnny
go.
TV. He's on Ring of Honor right now, which doesn't even
But-
have a TV show.
But it's still AEW. He's still under contract.
Still, he's basically their house show and their internet
But-
show gimmick.
I know, but he's still under contract with AEW though.
But he's too good to not be on television. John Morrison is a talent that deserved a lot more than what he got.
No, they're gonna put Spitball and Garcia on there, and what's his name? That one guy that looks homeless.
Oh God, which
You
one?
know who I'm talking about? The guy in the black in the BCC, the BCC,
Oh, the oh God,
Blackpool Combat Club, but it stands for something else as well.
Not
Yeah,
Mox.
the BCC, the Moxley group. The guy that's all he looks Asian. I don't know, is he Asian?
Hey, Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah,
Yuta.
Wheeler Useless. Yeah, that's who they want to push.
I can't tell if he's a caveman or is he Chinese.
He just looks horrible now, and I mean, again, I'm not the best looking.
Daniel Bryan so bad he can't see straight. But
He's
he
just
really
not
looks like
good.
Genghis on
He's
Bad.
not.
The problem,
He has-
the problem they have, they've always had is, I think at least, is that there's so many guys and they're not doing anything with any. It's like, and that's look. It's great that everybody's getting a job that has a job. Like God bless you. Like you're getting paid whatever. I don't know what the deals look like, but I'm sure they're guaranteed and
They
everybody's
make
getting
good money.
that. God bless you. But realistically, all you need is a 40-man roster tops. They have to have at least 80. They're like WCW.
Well, they're
I think
running
it's
two
about
companies.
120.
They've got Ring of Honor with a full roster as well. That's not
Yeah,
even
that's-
got out. Explain to me
That's just
this.
crazy.
Why does Tony Khan
I don't.
have? two
I heard he
networks?
spent $40 million on that motherfucker.
He
He
did.
did.
He did. It was for the library and to run house shows.
That's why Vince didn't buy it.
But what are you doing with that library?
Nothing.
See, and this is
it's
where
a
I think
shame, because you have a lot of history in that library, right? You have CM Punk, you have Raven, you have AJ Styles. Christopher Daniels. You have so many things that they're not doing anything with it. Of course, if they get onto a platform where they can do that shit like the old WWE network, then
Right.
cool. But I just don't see it. Must be nice to have that kind of money, dude.
I did hear they might put it on Max, HBO Max.
Oh, really?
They might go on Max. All that stuff might be. You know how it's on Netflix now for WWE. Like, have you noticed WWE USA now has all the pay-per-views, the
Yeah.
old ones, not the live ones. If you want to watch it, you have to get Surfshark or some kind of VPN, or just
Yeah.
buy ESPN, whatever you want to do. But they're trying to put all the ROH old stuff. I think I heard from someone that they're going to put that on HBO Max because they have a deal with Max right now.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the
I
thing.
think that's a strong deal.
If you're Tony Khan and you have access to TBS, to TNT,
Which
and you
is
have
it
all
was
their
huge.
affiliates,
Yeah.
why are you? And you've got Collision, you've got Rampage, you've
Yep.
got Dynamite. Why can you not take that Rampage slot and turn that to a Ring of Honor show for
Rampage
like
is gone
hour?
now. No, Rampage is gone.
But you still have that time slot area.
No,
you
it's
still have
gone.
those
They
reservations.
lost it.
Got rid of it.
They got rid of it. There's no more
You still have
Rampage.
the power to get those slots.
No, they took it. They took it away from them. They don't have it anymore.
Even
You
if
don't
you
know
did,
what to do.
even if you did a YouTube show,
Right.
I don't know. I think it's on like Honor Club, right? Like their TV taping stuff.
Yeah, honorclub.com. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just put it up free on YouTube, man. Make people want to watch the product.
Mhm.
They used to have Dark on there.
Yeah, AEW Dark. Did they have Dark Elevation? I mean, yeah, make a YouTube show out of it. I mean,
They tried. I mean,
on
They
Dark,
tried,
that
but
push.
the thing is, though, if you've seen 1 hour of AEW, and I was so excited when AEW first came around because
Yes.
just
same.
to have another promotion of that size and scope on
Mhm.
TNT, on TBS, and they had Cody, who was white hot, coming
Mhm.
out of his run in Japan and the Bullet Club, and it was just perfect mix. And then things started to change, and then Punk came in, sold out Chicago, 20,000. I mean, dude, business was fucking nuts, and then they lost it all.
They dropped the ball, and hot take. When you let CM Punk go in lieu of Jack Perry, that is when you really showed you have no idea what you were doing.
Like one of the worst wrestlers of all time. Just no facial expressions. I mean, he just looks like he looks like a Young Bucks.
Yeah.
When you have Luke Perry's son or a tried and true veteran CM Punk, Justin, you've been in this business. You've been around booking. You know how this operates. Let's put you in Tony Khan's driver's seat right now. Let's do this because I've been wanting to do this.
Yes.
AEW is in shambles. Let's just call it the way it is. This is Tony Khan playing with his live action figures.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is. What do you do? Let's say tomorrow Tony Khan called you up and said, Justin, I want you to come down to Jacksonville. I want you to be my executive vice president of talent relations. I want to hand you the book. I want you to overhaul this. What do you do? Who on that roster are you going to? What parts are you going to interchange?
Who are you going to fire?
Who are you going to fire? Who are you going to hire?
I would fire, honestly, at least 50% of the people.
Right.
I would go. You got to go to bare bones booking. You got to look at your shows. And it's not an easy thing. I never once wanted to book. I was never that guy. But what you basically do is the way Vince always booked. I've talked to Bruce Pritchard. I've spoken to Vince. I've spoken to Pat Patterson, who was a great friend of mine until he passed away.
God rest his soul.
Yes.
Yeah, Pat was
amazing.
I met Pat Patterson one time, and I had a great conversation with him.
But Pat always says you take 5 guys and you place them number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and where you want them to be. Like, okay, he's my world champion. He's my intercontinental champion. These are my tag team champions. And this is my second babyface. Whatever it may be, my heels. And that's probably like 10 to 12 guys. And then you figure out where you want them on the card, and you book backwards. Like, how do we make wrestler number 1 world champion? How do we get him there? What's the best way? So you book backwards. You figure out, all right, I want to make you the world champion, Steve. How do we make it? How do we do it? What's the most viable way? And they're just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. And
that's exactly what they're doing.
It's sloppy. You don't care about the people. That's the problem. I don't care about anybody I see. To me, I'm a little biased towards my style or my old school mentality of wrestling. I like, the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, as a fan. But you cared back then. Everything mattered. And today, like, if you've seen a match with these guys, and I know these guys are so talented, they fly around, dude. They do things that I could never do in a million years. But none of them truly do know how to work. And what I mean by work, it's not choreographic matches. It's not, doing all these reversals, these cool counters and shit.
The quote spot monkey.
How do you tell a story? And I think we've traded telling a story for moves. And
for a spot show.
Vince always said this. He goes, I tell stories. The wrestling just helps me tell that story. Right?
Exactly.
And I didn't always agree with that. It kind of was, but I didn't understand it. But technically, if you think about it, it's true. You're telling a story about Steve Austin. You're telling a story about The Rock, and you do it through the drama of professional wrestling,
right?
And why they're doing what they're doing to tell said story. And I think that people just sit there and fantasy book. Oh, these guys are great matches, put them together. No build up, no shit, no care. It's just, again, it's guys, and I don't know the Young Bucks from a hole in the wall, really. I think I met them once or twice, but everybody was way too I just people like that should be executives. They shouldn't be running companies. And again, it's Tony Khan's money. He can do what he wants. That being said, that's why it doesn't work, and that's why they had so much success in the beginning, because I think of guys like Cody Rhodes, of guys like CM Punk, and others.
Jericho. I mean,
Jericho, all those guys helped, and why it fell apart and why it's where it is today. I mean, they're still profitable though. Their television deals are the only thing that makes them profitable, but their live events, as far as their dynamite, their ticket sales, they're
have you ever been to an AEW live event?
Oh, I've never.
I actually had. I went to the episode where they did the Rick and Morty episode in Charleston, West Virginia, the Pickle Rick one. You know, the one where Chris Jericho infamously got hit in the head with the pickle in the middle of the ring.
Yeah,
I was there. The kid beside, they had the what was it? The AEW Hulk right there. And the first time that Hangman Page got out there and said, "I'm gonna do some real cowboy shit," I was at that.
You should call him empty-headed fuck, not Hangman Page.
Well, that was right at the time. At that time, that was when I almost, not going to say I did, almost thought he might be something. Now, I look at him like, why?
He's a fake cowboy. He's not. They
literally have your popcorn match guy out there trying to become your main eventer.
Right.
Let me interject here. Can you imagine Stone Cold Steve Austin losing the title to The Rock, and then the next night being a trios champion with Tankai, those two little Japanese wrestlers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, can you imagine Austin being their trios? That's what Hangman is now. He lost the world title. He's supposed to be the main event guy, one of the main event guy, but now he's delegated to being a trios champion with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's daughter and this other guy. I don't even know who his name is.
You know what that proves, right? That proves that without that prop, aka strap, belt, title, whatever you want to call it, he cannot be over, and he's still not over. But he
never was.
That's what's doing it for him. He dang sure can't do it without it.
Yeah.
You know what his problem is though. Punk said it one time. He would tell people, "I don't need advice." Okay, I'm going to ask Justin a question. Did you have any older wrestlers, ever give you advice while you were coming up?
No, a million. You wanted them to give you advice. I was. That's the thing. I became, a student of the game.
Right.
It's so valuable because you could take any error and learn from it. Like there's so much information there, and to say and to be ignorant that you're not going to take advice from somebody who's been somewhere is wild to me.
That's what he did.
You can't take everyone. Look, because people will tell you a million different things. Because they used to do that to me. I used to get confused. And Shawn Michaels told me this, and it was the best piece of advice that anybody could have given me at the time. Is look, people are going to give you advice, and you say thank you very much. You take it, you process it, and you say, okay, this fits for me. I'll listen to all of it. Maybe I'll store it away in the memory bank for another day. Maybe it doesn't fit with what I'm trying to do now. But you take it all in, man. It's ignorant to say like, hey, I don't listen. Robert De Niro or Al Pacino, they're old now. I'm not going to listen to them. I got a new style of acting or whatever. It's like, dude, these are legends. They're legends for a reason. Again, I'm not saying you have to do it. You know what I mean? But you listen. You
understand.
And you pass. That's how the business evolves, right? You take the past and you mix it with the present and the future. If you're good, and I think we have too many people that don't appreciate what it is, because right now it is a glorious time to be a pro wrestler. You have TNA, you have AEW. What else is out there?
GCW.
ICP doing good shit.
The ICP promotion with Russo as a manager or something.
You got a GCW doing great shit.
You got Brett Lauderdale down there doing his stuff with Game Changer.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you got so much good stuff. And, people could make a living in wrestling. Where
absolutely
20 years ago you couldn't. You know, there
Did you
was
say
Word.
game
I mean,
changer?
yeah.
yeah, Game Changer Wrestling. This GCW.
You mean
Wrestling.
garbage championship wrestling?
And they're not bad.
I like some of that stuff. I don't
I'm
like the
sorry.
garbage. I don't like the garbage wrestling. I'm not.
That's
a
what
fan.
I'm saying. Yeah, there's a lot of that there.
We're not talking about Masada death matches with Necro
No,
Butcher.
I don't like that stuff. But I have worked for them, and they have something special. And you know they offer a little. They remind me a little bit of ECW.
I was gonna say
because
that.
they give a little
No.
bit of everything. You know what I mean?
But ECW wasn't doing fluorescent lights, were they?
No, not at all. But I'm just
Yeah,
saying
I mean,
that's not what I'm
This is the
saying.
new age, you know.
I'm
They
just-
all of
They,
it.
they do a little bit of everything, right? And, But anyways, what I'm saying is the business is really hot. It's a great time, and
Oh,
you know, because wrestlers are all making or could be making money. You know, you have stuff I didn't have. You have social media. You have YouTube.
We have these podcasts now.
you have
yeah. I
podcasts.
mean, we're doing one. I mean, which
Ways
is
to get your shit out there. If you're committed and if you're good, the cream again. Another Shawn Michaelism. Cream always rises to the top.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Eventually, if you're good and you keep pressing, the good shit comes up. You know, and that's why
You will get noticed.
Yeah,
You will be seen. You will be heard.
Now's a great time for that, man. Best time to be in the business. So it is what it is.
oh yeah. I mean, they're
Like me
making
and Justin talked about.
these wrestlers are making like stupid money now. Like, and
They
even
don't-
like the ones that don't even wrestle that much.
Bro, I remember when I was finishing up, like Aldo was ran its course, and I went to Vince McMahon, and I wanted my release because
Mhm.
Scott and Kevin had gone to WCW, and they're like, "Yo, if you want to come down here, we'll get you a job." You know,
I wondered about that.
I can't promise you a push. He goes, I don't know what we're gonna do with you, but I know we'll get you paid. So I still had a year left on my Aldo deal. So I went into the office, had a meeting with the old man, and he said no. He goes, well, PJ, he goes, I have plans for you in the future. He goes, we can't have the perception of another one of our guys jumping over there, which I thought was weak because nobody really cared. But whatever, that was his reasoning. And he goes, I'm going to send you to Memphis, Tennessee, to our, at that time was like developmental, to learn how to wrestle as a heel. And you think you go down there and you're getting taken care of, you know, you're making 75 grand for WWE at the time, which is shit for me even then. And you get sent to Memphis to make $40 a night. And
What?
Dwayne Johnson, yeah, I was making $40 a night
Wow.
after Aldo. And Vince
That
was
doesn't make
paying
any
me.
sense, bro.
Vince was giving me a $500 check sent to my house to pay for my apartment, my car, whatever. And I was making $40 a night, wrestling 4 nights a week in Memphis. And you know who else was down there with me getting the same pay? Dwayne
that?
Johnson.
So you knew him personally.
Oh, Rock, yeah, of course.
You didn't notice the hair?
I worked with Rock.
That's
And
awesome.
did you guys
man.
coordinate that hairstyle together at the same time? You know what I'm talking
The
about.
Rob Schneider.
The Rob Schneider.
You know what I'm
Very
going with.
good. But the point is, like, we still had to, like, even after being in WWE, you had to pay your dues. You had to constantly pay your dues. And guys these days will never have that appreciation. Jack
No.
Perry of the world, you know, and I'm not saying that they haven't paid dues or the Hangman Adam Page. I'm sure they paid some dues, but nothing compared to that shit. You know what I
No,
mean?
because they're making good money in Japan. Great money in Japan.
Yeah.
The Bucks, Page, all of them,
They're
man.
making more money than I've ever made. You know, which is God bless them, good for you, but you know that they don't understand.
I feel like it's not fair though, man.
It's not fair, but that's the way life is, bro.
That's the way
Nothing-
the economy worked at the time.
I mean, I'm not trying to like mark or another be on you, but I mean, you're a former world heavyweight champion in one of the top 3 promotions at the time. Like,
Oh
you were
yeah,
basically like the TNA world champion now,
right.
in a way.
Yeah.
You know, so
Let me a quick tidbit. I was making more for ICU. Yeah, very cool. I was making more for ECW as champion than I was for WWE. I was making
Wow.
$2,500 a week for Paul, guaranteed, whether I worked once, twice, or not at all. And it was like almost double what I was making in WWE.
Can I ask a
Paul
question real
Heyman
quick?
was paying you double that right now. Now here's I know where he's
Go
going
ahead,
with this.
real quick.
I was going
Go
to ask
ahead,
a quick
Steve, ask
question.
me because I know where it's going.
Do you still keep in contact with Paul Heyman? Just curious, because I'm
I
a
have
big fan of
no,
his.
I haven't talked to Paul since last time I saw Paul was probably 2006
Oh,
when I
wow.
wrestled.
Are you still talking to Raven and Tommy at all?
I talk to Raven once in a while.
We need to
through
get
social
Raven. We need to
media.
get Raven on the show when we get it. When we
Yeah,
start
that
dealing
would
with
be
WCW, we got to get Raven on here.
Yeah,
That
I
man's
talked to
fine.
Paige about doing the podcast, and I reached out to Billy Corgan as well from Smashing Pumpkins, owner of the NWA. So,
Awesome.
yeah,
man.
we got some cool people that I'm shooting for that we should be able to get, which will be really really cool. You know.
Absolutely.
Maybe
And you know,
X-Pac?
the reason
Real
there's
quick before we sign off, I wanted to get this really quickly because we covered a lot of cool shit. And I think.
oh, yeah, absolutely. But there's one last thing I've got to do before we do
Go
that.
ahead.
There's
Go
a
ahead.
reason
I
I
just
brought
wanted
that
to-
belt out because
Go
you
ahead.
talked about being the champ there. Well, Justin, this one is yours.
Oh, nice, bro.
This one is for the show.
Okay,
This one is yours.
Where's mine?
nice. I never had one of those, so
You never did have one of these.
I never had. I had the real one.
Oh, man.
I had
Yeah,
the real
yeah.
one.
You didn't keep it?
Huh?
You
No.
should have took it. Oh, I'm just kidding.
No. Man.
This one right here is yours.
I kept it in the trunk of my car in my bag.
Oh man, I'm just saying, like, I wasn't trying to like mark out on you, but
No,
at
no.
one point you were the world champion of one of the top 3 companies. So
And I held that there, and to this day, that's one of my greatest accomplishments. Not because I was the world champion, because it's a big business. I didn't win anything. But what
Right.
was important to me was to be world champion means you're a representative of that company.
exactly.
Area.
You're like the main actor, the main star. You're the star of the movie.
And we're going to get to
that-
that in a
that's
future
what I was proud
episode
of.
of how you got from, because there's a gap there that a lot of people don't realize. There's a stopgap where Aldo Montoya ended and Justin Credible as the world champ that we know begins.
So
Yeah.
is it because of the whole Memphis thing? He didn't go to the WCW because you have to go to Memphis and then that door closed or something.
And in Memphis, I was there for 6 weeks, starving. By the way, starving.
I would say $40. I can
Literally, like, and I just got married to my wife, who I'm still with to this day.
Awesome.
Who, by the way, is an absolute sweetheart who kept in touch with me all summer long through all of the delegation process. You know
Yeah.
that. We all get to know family and all that.
That's beautiful.
But still with her. She's awesome. And but anyways, I remember one time, man, we were so broke that we went to a restaurant, and all she made me order a meal because I needed to eat. So she said, because I'm wrestling, whatever, I need to keep in some sort of physical shape. And all she could have was a baked potato.
Wow.
And, like, you know, and that's, I mean, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's like,
But
I was,
that's
you know what I mean?
heartbreaking. Make you feel like, you
But
know,
it's like you really feel like, wow, I was at the WWE. I wrestled in the Rumble 95, 96.
yeah,
I
you
done
totally skipped, didn't you?
pay-per-views, and now can't afford more than a baked potato for your wife.
I'm so
Right,
sorry,
right.
man. I mean,
No, I mean, but that's what also makes you appreciate what you do get later on.
exactly.
At that point
It was a
right
great
there, you're at that
humbling lesson to learn.
crossroads.
You know what I'm saying? It was a humbling and valuable
Yeah,
lesson.
yeah. I totally get what you're saying. Like, I had that same situation with happened to me when I hit rock bottom at one point where, like, when I moved to Florida, and my dad owned like 4 vehicles, he had a nice house, renting at the time because he didn't know where he wanted to go, come out to Kentucky or not. But I rode the bus to work for 2 months. I rode the city bus before I could, and here, I mean, you know, I was used to always having a car, you know, and I know, I mean, you know, and sleeping in a Roach Motel for 2 months.
Right.
Yep.
And, you know, so I've kind of been there where like it was hard.
And
So,
I've
I
had
mean-
my humbling experiences as well, Steve. I mean, me and you've talked about those at length, and Justin, we talked about those over through the summer, you know, with the, you know, I'm not going to go into the deep details with the family issues going on and, with my daughter and things to that effect. And that. I mean, you talked at extreme length about it, over the course of when we were in pre-production with the show and all that. And that had all combined down at the same time. And me and you, I remember countless hours we spent on the phone, like, I'm just ventilating about what's going on. And you're sitting here going, man, I'm not alone. That's kind of another one of our bonding moments of, hey, you're not alone, brother. We've been there. This is how life throws us. This is what we've got to do. And this was what actually inspired myself and Justin to put the rocket ship to this, because we said this would be, we just believed in it enough to know that this would be it. That would carry us above all that fire that was burning us.
And I've always wanted to do something like this, me being a huge wrestling fan my whole life, like since age 4. So, I just want to talk wrestling and just talk life, not just with everything, just with two guys who, awesome guys. I mean, just this is
we've known each other for a long time.
We're going to get better, and it's going to get funnier, and it's going to be more stories, more road stuff, more in-depth stuff. We're going to be all over.
How did we put that a long time ago? We were talking about, all the yarn that Bruce Pritchard and Conrad had spun for years. I said, we're going to unravel all that yarn, unravel the rug. And you said,
I know where the bodies are buried, brother.
There it is. There it was.
I was there when the bodies were buried in Stamford. So right off exit 9. Trust me.
And we're going grave robbing. That's where this show is going.
And I can't wait.
Episode 1. This is just the first.
This is just an introduction.
They need to come.
Yeah, we're just getting used to each other, and we're vibing. Today was a great episode. Real quick, I don't know if any of you guys are football fans. I'm a huge football fan.
Who do you got? Let's
talk football.
Let's talk a little bit of football before we close it out.
Yeah, let's go. What do you got, Steve?
I got Seahawks.
You got Seahawks?
I got the Seahawks.
What's the spread? Do you know?
I don't know the spread because, like you said, DraftKings can blow me. But I'm the only reason that I guess I'm going anti-establishment here, because New England Patriots is America's team. And, they're like the Kurt Angle of, in the NFL. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and pull for the Baron Corbin in the NFL, so to speak.
Are the Bears still in it?
No, the Bears.
It's Seahawks, Patriots. The Seahawks are they got to win by minus 4.5. So the Patriots are getting 4.5 points. Yeah, I like the Seahawks all day.
Seahawks on this one. So Seahawks. What do you think, Steve-O? You got America's team.
Honestly, guys, I haven't been watching a lot because life and stuff. But who's still in it? So I can.
We got Patriots and Seahawks.
That's it. That's Super Bowl.
That's it. That's Super Bowl. That's Sunday.
Seahawks all the way, man. I'm done with the Patriots.
We're all going for the Seahawks. We're all going
for the Seahawks.
We're all
I
going
think
to
I'm going to hit myself. I like Seahawks and I like Sam Darnold winning the MVP. That's going to be my pick of the week. But
that is your pick of the week is the MVP. Now, okay, let's pull this one. How many points do you got the score going? What do you think the score? Now, not who you want to win, not who you think is going to win. How do you see the score?
I think it's going to be under 45. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game because
yes, very defensive game.
Especially Seahawks are a very defensive-based team. So I say combined less than 45. That's just me.
I've got a 21-28.
Okay.
Seahawks. 21-28. By one touchdown, 21-28, 21 Patriots, 28 Seahawks, by one touchdown. And I think that one touchdown will happen within the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter.
I see it at 14-21. I don't know. It's
that's more like it. Yeah. That's more like
21-14.
We're not going to see an over 30-point game from either team.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Get to 30
I really don't see it happen.
They might surprise us. Who knows? I mean,
I think it's going to be a very.
I haven't done any research yet. I do so much research on this shit. It's amazing that I still don't hit. It's such a.
Do you see a lot of turnovers? Do you see a lot of conversions? Do you see any?
I just see a bunch of it's not going to be a shootout. It's going to be kind of a boring game as far as running the football.
Slow pace.
It's a big defensive game. So
you're not gonna see a lot of Hail Marys. You're not gonna see no flea flickers, trick plays. You're gonna see running up the gut. They're gonna be running the ball. Yeah. We're playing basic.
At least that's
they're gonna play fundamental football. That's what they're gonna do.
A lot of defense.
You're going to see a basic 19. I'm going to say Super Bowl 30, type football game here. You're going to see a very ground and pound. If we want to put it in wrestling terms, you're going to watch a Harley race match out there.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
It's
Yeah,
not going to be for everybody.
Not
You're
for
gonna
everybody.
see changing the channel or waiting for the commercials to come on because they're not going to be used to seeing just some straight fundamental passing and running.
Yeah. What do you
And that's
think?
what
What do you think of that? What do you think of Bad Bunny doing the halftime show? That was that big.
I seen it coming. I did because it's almost like
I
trying to
like
get
him too. I like him a lot. I like his shit a lot. I like him a lot. But yeah, it is what it is.
Well, you know me. I'm a big metalhead though, so I mean, everything coming out of my speakers.
They got Green Day.
I'll never forget. He called me several times. And I would be driving in my car, and he'd call me several times, and I would have my phone connected to Bluetooth, and he'd hear this ungodly metal playing in the background. He's like, turn that down. Like, oh, my bad. I'm sitting here listening to bands. And believe it or not, there was one good funny time. He called me, and I was pulling into this garage sale because I had seen some Xbox games sitting there, and I was like, okay, I'm pulling in. And I'm listening to his old Snap Your Fingers, Snap Your Neck theme song by Prong, and I'm blasting it in my old Super Sport. And he calls me through the Bluetooth on it and I answer it. And it's like, he's like, are you listening to I said, ironic, isn't it? It was
Yeah,
it was true.
my all-time favorite halftime show was Michael Jackson. So
Mine was Prince. I'm a huge Prince.
yeah, I love Michael Jackson. I mean,
I
That
love
was
Michael
a good
Jackson too. MJ's awesome. But Prince, When It Rained, and I was a huge Prince fan. Not a lot of people know, especially in high school. I had my first car. I graduated high school in '92, and this
Okay.
Prince wasn't even that over anymore. He was kind of like Purple Rain, Sign of the Times, kind of
Right.
and he was like on a little bit of a downtrend. Dude, I was so gay. I fucking painted the Prince symbol on my door of my car. I'm 16 years old thinking I'm the coolest fucking dude. They're like, dude, you're
awesome.
gay. It's shit to have that. What do you mean, man? It's Prince. But anyway,
I'll tell you one more.
different times, man. Different times,
different times, brother.
You remember the emo phase?
Huh?
Before emo was cool.
I was never
okay,
emo.
back in the
No.
emo phase is like in the mid 2000s.
Yeah,
None of us. Were you emo?
I was, yeah.
Oh, you were.
He started emo. He was in the jorts and the Got Blood T-shirt, and the kendo stick. He is emo. Look at the guy. I mean, that is emo.
You know what? I never noticed that.
Yeah, a little bit.
I didn't know, man. I didn't know. I mean, hey, I loved emo chicks, so I mean.
No, I've got a hard on emo
Who
chicks.
doesn't?
But I had this
All right.
Hyundai Tucson on.
I gotta
Hyundai
get going. I gotta get going. Steve,
I'll finish this story
any
last
plugs
time.
you
Guys,
do?
let's wrap it up.
What is it?
any plug, anything you want to plug?
Last thing, rapid fire. Your pick for the Rumble to win it. One shot. Go Finn Balor.
Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho. Okay. Whoa, Dark Horse. All right.
Yeah.
We got Steve.
Roman Reigns, man.
Roman Reigns.
Okay.
I'm locking these in right here. Are you guys?
Brock
Have
Lesnar.
you guys any plans? We don't. We don't.
Yeah, Brock is in it though, but I don't know. I don't think he's gonna win. I mean,
I don't think so.
But we
I think
may
Brock is
try
done
to
with Raw.
pull off. We may, if I don't know if anybody's busy or not. We're not for sure yet. Well, I know this episode will be out. This will be Friday when you guys are viewing this because the Rumble will be tomorrow. We may try to see if we can maybe do a Rumble watch along, quite possibly. If anybody's not,
I don't know because I mean maybe we can't do it live because I'll be at work on Saturday. So I hate that. You know what I hate about pay-per-views now? They're not Sunday anymore. I love Sunday.
it's on Saturday. It's on Saturday at 2
I
o'clock.
don't like Saturday, man. Because I work Saturday.
Because
I hate Saturday pay-per-views.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
they're
Saturday.
called PLEs now. PLE.
Oh, well,
But
yeah, the PLA. It'll always
on
be paid-
ESPN for $40 a month. Wink,
It'll be
wink,
paid-
Surfshark.
Right.
I'm gonna
But guys-
Surfshark that. So
All
You
right.
heard
quick-
it here first. Thank you again, Sin Bodie and your Freak Show figures for sponsoring today's episode. This has been episode 1 of That's Incredible with the man Just Incredible. I'm Jay Fox. That's
Hold
Steve.
on. I got my plugs, man.
Well, go
Shit.
for it.
let him plug his stuff in real quick.
All right. First off, if you want any one of my 20 T-shirts that I have over at the store, go on over to Pro Wrestling Tees. facebook.com/justincredible. Follow me on X, Instagram at PJ Polacco, TikTok, same thing at PJ Polacco, and whatever little I do on Facebook is under my real name, Peter Polacco. YouTube channel as well. We'll be posting this up there, and I believe we're going to have one just for the podcast too. We're going to have 2 of them.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to create one or something. Try to
We
make
have
one.
the Instagram.
Yeah, I
Incredible
put them up
Podcast.
on mine because I have like 50,000 subscribers. This way we get a little bit of a head start.
Of course, yeah. If you wanna
Start our
give
own
us a login or something.
And
specifically.
if you want to follow me on X, I am J Fox Media. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it is Your Chemical Ride. As well as follow the show on Instagram. That's Incredible Podcast. One word, search us up. Steve, what you got?
Well, great show tonight. I love that there was no lagging. I guess everyone got the internet, situated. So everything was great today, and I'm really impressed. I mean, I kind of feel like we're still gelling, so which is good. But and I noticed there was no lag today. Awesome. So I guess it was the weather or something, because that first time we tried to record, it was kind of choppy, and
Yeah.
but I'm glad today's a lot better, and I hope it just gets better as we go. So.
Absolutely.
Again, guys, I'll be doing my plugins next episode. I don't know what my X handle is. So
His Instagram is at
We'll
Eric.
have plenty of time for it, man. All right,
yeah,
guys.
I'm not gonna plug in anything right now.
I really
just
appreciate
like
it,
we
man.
said
And we'll see you all next
before,
week.
This is yours. It'll be out the mail to you this week. And
Put it in the goddamn mailbox, you son of a bitch.
Hey,
Yeah,
that backdrop's
he's-
on its way. This one's on its
Yes.
way to you. This is yours. You deserve it. Guys, y'all have a good evening. And
We're
will
going to
see
see a
you
backdrop
next
over here next episode.
Yeah, where's my
Right here.
backdrop? You didn't
Right
say
here,
shit.
you
Where
Hey,
the
you
hell's
got one. I
mine?
don't got one on
Hey,
the
I'll
fucking
insert your
goddamn
video up and I'll ask them
Games
what's
on
going
the
on.
I'm just gonna put an eggplant behind me. Is that cool? It's a big
You put an
eggplant.
eggplant behind you, and I'll put
Sure,
an
I
eggplant
mean-
in my place.
I was gonna put Sunny Kiss behind me. Big picture of Sunny
You
Kiss.
send me that
Big
picture of
poster.
Sunny Kiss. I'll find that funny.
better than
I have his autograph.
He said him.
That's your
Oh no, I'm sorry. I think he's non-binary. I don't know what he is, but
Hey, them.
what that even means. But anyways. All right, guys. Peace.
All right,
take
Man,
care,
everyone.
Thanks
Peace.
so
All
much.
right.
Have a good night.
No problem. Anytime, brother. Have a good one.
Good night.
I know you want it.